Zoe, what are you up to right now?
Hello, Joanne. I'm working like I usually am during the day.
Oh, how boring. I was planning to have lunch with a friend, and I thought you might be decent enough to give me a little something to cover it.
You want me to pay for your lunch?
Well, yes. I mean, you're always working and making so much money. The least you could do is show a little appreciation to the woman who made your life possible.
I think you've got the wrong idea about how this works. You decided to go out, so you should pay for it.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You really think you'd even have that job if it weren't for me? Let me remind you, I allowed you to keep working after marriage. That was me being generous.
Generous? I wasn't aware I needed permission to keep my own career.
Of course you did. A proper wife gives up her job to support her husband, not the other way around. That's what decent women do, but no, you insisted on working. And I, being incredibly understanding, allowed it. You owe me for that.
Joanne, I'm not a high schooler asking to stay out past curfew. I own a company. I don't need your permission to keep it.
Don't get smug with me, Zoe. I've been saying for years that you should step aside and let Ken run that company. It's not right for a woman to be the one in charge while the man takes a back seat.
Ken works in a completely different industry. You know that. He actually enjoys his job. Why would I make him quit just to take over something he never wanted?
Because he's your husband, that's why. You should be supporting his future, not getting in the way of it. If he ran the company, he'd be making far more, and we'd all be living a much more comfortable life.
And by we, I'm guessing you mean you, right?
Don't twist my words. I've always looked out for this family. I'm the one who raised Ken into the brilliant man he is. Everything you two have is because of me.
That's a pretty bold claim.
Not bold, just the plain and simple truth. So when I say your money is essentially my money, I expect you to respect that. What's yours is mine. That's just how it is with families.
You seriously believe that?
Of course I do. It's common sense. You married into this family, and that means sharing. And since I'm the matriarch, I should be treated with a little dignity and respect, preferably with a nice lunch once in a while.
Joanne, that's not how family finances work. I earn my own income, and I use it to support my household. You are not entitled to it.
I knew you were ungrateful. From the moment you refused to quit your job, I knew you'd turn out to be one of those independent types. Always talking about boundaries and fairness. It's exhausting.
No, what's exhausting is being treated like a piggy bank by someone who doesn't even pretend to respect me.
I gave you everything, and this is how you repay me? You are unbelievable, honestly. It's like talking to a stranger.
Then maybe you should treat me like one and stop asking me for money.
I want you to send me $50 before noon by any means necessary. You kids these days can do that by phone, can't you? What was that thing called? A Pay Me Money app? Oh, whatever it's called. Get it done now. I already told my friend we'd go to that new place with the desserts. Don't embarrass me.
I'm done with this conversation.
Zoe, you don't get to decide when our conversations are over. I do.
Goodbye, Joanne.
Hey, Zoe, you free to talk right now?
Yeah, I'm on my lunch break. What's up?
You're not gonna believe this. My mom showed up at my office.
What? You're kidding. Please don't tell me she asked you for lunch money, too.
She did. Said she couldn't get it from you, so she came to me like some twisted relay race.
Oh my God. I knew she was going to do something the second I turned her down this morning.
Well, luckily I wasn't at the front when she came in. Reception told her I was in a meeting and gave her the brush off. Apparently she left grumbling about ungrateful children.
Well, that's rich coming from the woman who treats our finances like a family ATM. I swear she gets more shameless by the day.
Honestly, I'm so tired of this cycle. And for the record, I don't believe a word of whatever poor me story she's spinning.
You are not mistreating her. She's the one doing the mistreating, and I see it.
Thank you for saying that. I can handle her nonsense most of the time, but it helps so much knowing you're not buying into her fantasy world. She's been playing these games for as long as I can remember. This is just her latest version of it. She's been using this one line against me for as long as I can remember. What's yours is mine.
She said that exact same thing to me earlier, like it was some ancient proverb I should bow down to.
Unreal. You know, that reminds me. Back in high school, remember how I used to work those part-time shifts at the gas station during summer?
Yeah, you said you were saving up for a camera or something, right?
Exactly. I worked for weeks and managed to save up $1,000. I was so proud of myself. Then one day I come home and the envelope's gone. She'd taken every last cent.
Oh no, you never told me about that.
And when I confronted her, you know what she said?
Let me guess, what's yours is mine?
Exactly. She acted like my money was her reward for raising me.
At this rate, she's going to start claiming our retirement fund belongs to her too.
I swear if we ever have kids, we'd better keep their piggy banks under lock and key. She'll be tapping into them for travel expenses.
She really thinks everything around her exists for her benefit. No boundaries, no shame, just endless entitlement.
I've tried to stay patient all these years, but I think I've hit my limit. This isn't just annoying anymore, it's toxic.
I know. I've been thinking the same thing lately. It's not just her asking for money, it's the manipulation, the guilt-tripping, the twisted logic.
Exactly, and it never ends. We give an inch and she takes the whole house. I'm seriously considering moving and just not telling her where we go.
Wait, you mean actually cutting contact?
If it comes to that, yeah. What's the alternative? Keep living with this looming over us forever?
That's a big step, Ken, but maybe it's the right one.
Think about it. We move quietly, no forwarding address, no explanations. Just a clean start. No more random drop-ins, no more ambushes at work. Peace.
It sounds almost too good to be real.
It could be. We just have to be bold enough to do it.
Okay, let's talk more about it tonight, but I think I'm ready. Joanne, I know you took my checkbook.
Excuse me? What on earth are you talking about?
You can drop the act. I checked the footage on our pet cam. You were inside our house when we weren't home, rifling through our things. I saw you take it.
What? You have a camera in your house?
Yes, to watch the cat while we're out. Didn't expect to catch you red-handed, but here we are.
That's an unacceptable invasion of my privacy. Who installs cameras in their own home like that?
People who don't expect their in-laws to break in. You used a spare key, didn't you?
Don't twist this around. I wasn't stealing anything. I just borrowed it. And anyway, you're making this into a huge deal over nothing.
You took my checkbook and helped yourself to $300,000. That's not borrowing, that's theft.
Don't be so dramatic. I used that money for something meaningful. I put a down payment on a lovely new place for myself. Retirement should be comfortable, don't you think?
With my money?
Well, why not? What's yours is mine. You're a part of this family, Zoe. I've earned a few perks.
That's not a perk. That's a felony.
Oh, don't throw your little legal terms at me like you're some kind of lawyer. You're my daughter-in-law. Everything you have is thanks to me raising Ken. You're just managing the fortune I laid the foundation for.
Wow, you actually believe that?
Of course I do. I'm not returning that checkbook. I need that money. The house we live in now is falling apart. You know that. And clearly you're never going to let me move in with you and Ken.
That was your choice, Joanne. You made it very clear you'd rather die than live under my roof.
Well, things change, and now I've found a better solution. My own place, bought with family money. What's the problem?
The problem is you stole from me, and you did it behind our backs like a criminal.
Don't you dare speak to me like that! You wouldn't even have that money if not for this family. If anything, I'm taking what I'm owed.
You're not owed anything, and you just confessed to theft in writing. Keep this conversation going. It's excellent documentation.
Don't be vindictive, Zoe. That money is gone. The condo's bought. The deal is done. There's nothing you can do now. And you know what? Since you're so insistent on being a snotty little brat about this, I think I'll go ahead and hold on to this checkbook now.
We'll see about that.
Zoe, I hope you're sitting down because I have the most delightful news.
Okay, what now?
I'm moving. I found the perfect apartment right by the station, elegant, spacious, just perfect for a woman like me.
You're moving. You actually bought a place?
Of course I did. I have taste, you know. And it's time I lived somewhere that reflects that. This old house was dragging me down.
How did you even afford it, Joanne? You told us just last month you were struggling with basic expenses.
Well, I had some help from my boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Yes, he's a wonderful man, an executive at a major company. Generous, charming, and very devoted to me. He paid the down payment and put the apartment in his name.
Wait, are you saying this man is married?
Technically, yes, but they're drifting apart. He's planning to divorce her. It's just a matter of time.
Joanne, you're bragging about having an affair with someone else's husband and using his money to buy property?
Oh, calm down. Don't act like you've never bent the rules to get what you want. Life's too short to wait around for permission.
You do realize this could go horribly wrong, right? You're financially entangled with someone who could be sued for adultery if his wife finds out.
She won't. He's careful, and so am I. Besides, what's she going to do? Throw a tantrum? I'm not scared of a bitter housewife.
You should be. If she connects the dots and finds out he's paying for your condo, you could both be in serious legal trouble.
Oh, please. You always think everything's some courtroom drama. You worry too much. I'm just finally living the life I deserve.
And you don't think that life could come crashing down?
Not a chance. I've played this perfectly. I've got the man, the money, and the apartment. Let the rest of the world catch up.
If you say so, Joanne. But for the record, I think there's something you ought to know about before you get too comfortable in that condo.
What now? If this is about the checkbook again, I already told you the money's spent. It's done.
Actually, it was spent weeks ago.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
The account tied to that checkbook you stole, it's empty.
No. That can't be right. I checked the balance. I saw it with my own eyes.
You saw an old printout. That account was drained before you ever stepped into our home with that spare key.
So you're saying I stole an empty account? That's not possible. You're lying.
Go ahead, call the bank. I encourage it. They'll confirm the funds were withdrawn and the account closed long before your little borrowing spree.
You conniving little thief! You tricked me! You moved the money and left the checkbook behind on purpose.
You mean the checkbook you illegally entered my house to take? I didn't trick you, Joanne. You played yourself.
You planned this. You let me humiliate myself thinking I had won.
You once told me my money was yours. So really, if I used it first, should that be a problem?
Don't twist my words. That's not what I meant.
You're right, I'm not your ATM. And now you have bigger things to worry about.
What are you talking about?
Your condo, your generous boyfriend, his wife. Do you think she's going to respond well to the news that her husband is spending their family's money on his mistress?
She won't find out. He said it's all under control.
I'm not the one who'll make trouble, but if she gets suspicious and starts looking, that contract has his name on it, not yours. That condo is a liability, not a prize.
This is insane. You're bluffing.
Keep telling yourself that, but when the knock comes on your door, it won't be from me.
No. Oh, this isn't fair. You can't just flip it all like this.
Actions have consequences, Joanne. All I did was stop protecting you from yours. And since we're on the subject, I think it's time you understood something very clearly. Ken and I are cutting ties with you, permanently.
Excuse me? Don't be ridiculous. You can't just say something like that and expect me to believe it.
Believe it. We've already moved. New house, new address. No forwarding information. We're done.
You moved? Without telling me?
Exactly. That $300,000 you thought you stole, we used it for our new home. Not just for comfort, for distance, for freedom. That money was our severance from you.
Ken would never agree to that. He's my son, my own flesh and blood.
It was his idea, Joanne. He was the one who first brought up the fact that we needed to disappear.
You're lying. He wouldn't say that. Not my Ken. You're poisoning him against me.
No, you did that to yourself. Do you remember what you did with his high school savings? The $1,000 he worked all summer to earn?
That was years ago, and I told him at the time that what's his is mine. I raised him, didn't I?
And you never saw what was wrong with that, did you? Not then, not now. You take and call it love. But love doesn't steal from its own children.
I'm his mother. I have rights.
You had respect, and you destroyed it. Ken tried for years to make excuses for you, to defend you, but now he has no qualms whatsoever with leaving you behind. He said, and I quote, "I've had enough of her."
This is a nightmare. You can't do this to me.
Even the villains in children's books don't get away forever. Eventually, even they face consequences. You think you're different?
I am different.
No, Joanne, you're exactly who you've always been. The only difference now is we're not playing along anymore.
You'll regret this.
I doubt it. Goodbye, Joanne. After that last message, Ken changed his phone number and blocked every possible method of contact. I did the same. We even alerted our workplaces just in case Joanne tried to show up unannounced, but in the end, she never came. She had bigger problems. As I predicted, her boyfriend's wife found out. Turns out, transferring large sums of money and putting a condo in someone else's name leaves a trail, and a very visible one. The wife filed for divorce and demanded compensation, rightfully so. Then came the real kicker. The boyfriend had 3 children. That meant child support on top of alimony. And when the scandal reached his company, they wasted no time letting him go. A high-level executive involved in an affair and misusing funds? Not good for business. Joanne lost everything she thought she gained. No more lavish retirement, no more safety net, just an unpaid apartment, a disgraced partner, and a mountain of bills. She and her boyfriend, both pushing 60, now spent their days taking whatever work they can find. Odd jobs, cleaning shifts, long hours, no choice. And us? We're finally living in peace. No more drama, no more manipulation, no more what's yours is mine. Just freedom.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.